2011, a company called Demand Force buys my company Flowtown. And here's a company that went from like 0 to 60 million in revenue in 7 years. And what I did, because I wanted to understand how did they scale, I'm a product software guy. I moved my desk from the engineering floor to the sales floor. And you gotta understand, these are all fucking Chads. They're all like ex D1 athletes, and they are 6'7", and they think I'm weird because they knew that the company just bought my company for millions. They're like, what do you do? I put my desk in the hall. There was no seat for me, so I just put it against the wall and I would sit there. All I was doing was listening. And they go, Dan, did we just buy your company for millions of dollars? Why don't they give you no office? And I'm like, no, I want to sit here. I listened to the reps sell. What I learned very quickly was the customer success team enforced the implementation onboarding to the sales rep because it would stop the sales rep from overselling. Because it's really easy to sell and huck it over the fence and say, deal with it. And then the CS person gets this and says, what did you sell? So what they did is say, look, we'll take it, sounds familiar? We'll take it after this point. You get them their logins, you get them this, you connect their calendar, this is what needs to be, checklist, and then you get your commission. You do not get a commission until you implement. So with the sales rep, because they incentivize to do this, they literally would take the quarter, they would sell for 75% of the quarter, and the last end of the quarter, the last month, they hated it, but they would sit there and do implementation calls and just onboard every client before they handed it back over. They didn't get their commission, it rolled into the next quarter. And I'm a big fan for onboarding heavy products to push some of the activation with the reps since they have the most context. Now the engineering team can sit there and support restructuring it to make sure you get the right actions. That is how you go from 50% retention or at least activation in the first year to 85 and 90, right? Because really, and maybe even higher. And then you have the expansion revenue for year 2 and 3.
The data point we need to find out, in all of our failed customers, when did the first sales rep actually see the presentation?
Yep. So
because that's a metric we're not tracking.
That's it's called your core activation metric, right? The core value is a metric, and it's speed to that, time to first value. And what I do is called a click stream analysis. What I will do is I will pull, let's say 15 customers in the last 90 days, because you want to do more recent from a cohort point of view. So 15 happy customers in the last 90 days, and I will analyze their click stream, meaning, and back in the software world, that's the clicks, and figure out what do they all have in common, which is, you'll probably discover some kind of like quick time to first rep. The rep was onboarded in 8 days, the rep was onboarded in 10 days. So that's now the new gold standard, and that has to be a man. So then we got to retrofit whatever to get that. And that's the bonus, and that's the team. Hey team, we're all gonna get an extra $3,000 at the end of the quarter if we can get that number for 80% of our accounts. Who's on board? Like, we don't have to tell them what to do. We just measure the right thing and they will orient themselves around it. But that is how you win. You literally look at your best clients on average. What did they all do in common? How do I get everybody to follow that path? I put the guardrails on. They can't do anything other than this. It helps the reps so they don't oversell and try to activate here. Hey, look at this cool thing. No, focus, because if I don't get you this, a rep that sees the presentation, I'm not going to retain the person. Real quick, you've made it to the end. Let me tell you what I know about you. You're not somebody that's looking to do shelf help. You're not somebody that's just doom scrolling on social media. You're here because you want to build a real business, and you're sick and tired of not getting the real insights to grow inside your business. So I want to help you avoid all the pain trying to figure this out the hard way like I did it. That's why I put together everything I've ever learned into the Scale Workbook. It's the internal document that I use with every founder I work with that turns a chaotic business into a money-making machine. And teaching you all of this without burning more hours. It's totally free. The link is in the description, or you can just scan the QR code on the screen, because I'm here to help you build your empire.